like something medieval, doesn't it?
I was getting ready to start a video, and I get a text from Deb, and she says, "Do you want me to cut the grass?" Do you get texts like that from your wife? Hey, do you want me to change the oil in your truck? Do you want me to sweep your shop? But it's a good thing that she called, because what I was about to do and what I am going to do in this video, if I had done it without her cutting the grass, it would have messed it up. Now, you already checked the oil, right? Yeah. Oil was good, and it's showing a 1/4 tank, but this thing has a tank on each side, so I'm going to head and top her off. But what I want to do today is overseed into our grass. So I'm going to be using my no-till drill, and if you're a follower of the channel, you know that I've been wanting one of them for a real long time, like I would say 20 years or so, and I finally bought one used on Facebook Marketplace, and it took me a month to rebuild it and get it back in good working condition. And I used it yesterday for the first time, and I've got something to say about it. So first of all, it's an awesome machine, and I love the one pass, and then I don't have to do any tillage, and then I can put new grass seed right into our old grass and help strengthen our lawn and strengthen our pasture. But what I found yesterday is the thing is so big in our property, even though it's 20 acres, it's not 20 cleared acres, that I don't have a lot of space to turn around with it. I actually hit a tree with it, but I didn't hurt anything except the tree bark, because I worked so hard on it. I worked on it for over a month and put $600 worth of new parts into it, but I might get rid of it. Okay, we got Deb all ready to go here. She's almost full. She said she checked the oil. I checked the temperature, and it said the feels like temperature was 112. But Deb's going to mow first, and so there's going to be a little bit of mowing noise in the background, and then as soon as she's done mowing, I can do what I need to do. Deb's all done mowing, so I'm going to go ahead and seed the areas that she mowed. And try not to put too much in here, because I'm not doing that big of an area, and I don't want to have to do a whole bunch of clean out. But I'm going to put enough to fill the seed cups, and then I'll just keep checking it. You can see it's not very much. There's the seed cup right there where that square is. And it's just kind of the seed cup is full, with a little bit of extra that'll vibrate in there. I'm going to lay a few strips of seed right through here, kind of strengthen that a little, because we're getting a lot of runoff from the hill here, and it comes across the road and then goes to the pond, and the more grass I have, the more it'll filter it. You're wondering why I'm running with the bucket off? It's because it gives me a little bit more room in front of the tractor. I leave the loader on because I do need the loader weight, because that planter is so heavy. It's so easy. I love this thing. All that's doing is reseeding what's already there, just strengthening it, making it thicker. Oh, so heavy. Now, something like this, you just want to check, make sure you're seeding, because you don't want to get 2 acres into it and you're not dropping any seed. I don't see any seed. I'm sure it's here. It's hard to see, but it's dropping seed. I just turned the wheel and I can see it right there where it's falling in between the double disc openers. So I'm not trying to sell you on a no-till planter, no-till grain drill, whatever you want to call it. But not only has it got a great farming application, but look here on our lawn. This is lawn. It'll always be lawn. It's never going to be a field. You can't tell I've gone across there just by randomly looking at it. If you look close, you can see where the coulters have cut in and the seeds have dropped in. But otherwise, my lawn has stayed the same. I haven't disturbed any of the roots of anything there, so that I won't have any erosion. Just in general, you can do this and not damage your lawn. It's just going to make it healthier by putting the right type of grass seed, and I'll be able to eliminate, because a lot of this stuff here is like weeds and stuff, or the wrong type of grass. I'll be able to burn that off with a herbicide, and then just have Bahia grass back here and it'll look better, it'll cut better, it'll be more durable in a drought. I just love the smell of new equipment or new implements. I've been wanting one of these for a long time, actually ever since we started our pastures out here, because we have a lot of clay in our soil and our soil gets tight, and once you create a pasture with hay, you can't really till it. Now we just did some no-till where we're adding seeds to the soil, but we didn't really till the soil or aerate it or make it better in any way, and this thing will do that. And what it is called is a plug aerator. I don't really know how to unload it here from the pallet, so I'm just gonna try and flip it so that I can hook it up to the tractor. Let me go get the kickstand so I don't have to make another how I almost died video. So just like a no-till planter, I've always wanted one of these, and I rented one for our lawn in our residential house, and it was powered. It was real hard to use. It would wear you out, but it had the same concept where it would go in and make holes in your soil and then take that plug of dirt and put it on top. And that allowed air to get down there. It mixed that dirt that it plugged out and put it on top, where basically you're turning over your soil, but you're not hurting your grass. So this is going to be great for rejuvenating our pasture or keeping our pasture nice and aerated and refreshed, so that worms and everything can work their way through that clay. Because if I take that clay and bring it to the top, once it dumps out of these little core hole punchers, then it will mix with that topsoil and the dead grass clippings and all the things that are on the very top of the soil. That clay will mix with it. Then some of that topsoil will go down in the hole, and it'll just basically enrich that top 2 or 3 inches where everything grows anyway. All right, let's try this. It's a wicked looking machine. I think that's what Deb's exact words were. It's not a very heavy machine. It's very simple. We have an angle iron frame here, a couple of pillow block bearings, and an axle. I don't know if it runs all the way through the drum or if it's just welded on the end of the drum. And the drum is there. There's a plug on one side right there. Maybe it's called a bung hole or a bung plug. I don't say that to be funny. I think that's what it's called. But we'll put this on the tractor, and to give it added weight, we'll fill that with water. And we could also put suitcase weights up here, which are on the no-till drill now, but we might do that. So this wants to be on the bottom, so I put a bungee cord here just to hold it till it's full of water. But I spun it freely, and it spins very, very easily. So the problem won't be spinning it. The problem will be, it being heavy enough to dig into the ground. We've had a lot of rains lately, but we've got a lot of clay in our soil. All right, let's fill it up with some nice, good Piney Grove well water. The plate on the end feels pretty thick. That might be just welded there, not a shaft that goes all the way through. There's a little collar right there to keep it from going left or right. Sheet full. Clean up this plug and we'll put the hose back on it. I've got the plug cleaned and taped up. I'm going to go ahead and put as much water in here as I can and then put the plug in. Water's 8 pounds a gallon, so if I get 2-3 more gallons in there, that's a little bit more weight. It's displacing that air now. All right, try and do this quickly, which means it won't be quick at all. Oh boy. Well, I didn't lose that much. That's not going anywhere. I really don't want to take these weights off this grain drill because I got them laid in here perfectly and tied on with these straps. And they didn't move the whole time I was, last 2 days, using the grain drill. But these came from Courtney out at Goodworks Tractor. He sent me these for his quick hitch. They work on his quick hitch, but I'm hoping they work here too. They're 70 pounds a piece, and I've got 6 of them, so that's 500 and 40 pounds. One way they could possibly work is like that, but an angle iron isn't designed for that. So what I'd have to do is cut some plywood and put in there, and then they could lay on top of that plywood. Found 2 scrap pieces of plywood, which further reinforces why you should never throw out a piece of plywood. You just never know when you're going to need it. This is going to be one of those no-brainer type of tractor things, kind of like a disc harrow where you just drop it and go. Well, let's go right here where the lawn is a little bit looser, a little bit more sand, a little bit more moisture, and try it here before we go to the packed areas. I pretty much got as much weight on there as I could put on there. I guess if I had a little bit bigger suitcase weights, but otherwise it's taking up the whole width. Then you simply drop it and then go. Plug, plug, plug. You're going in pretty deep from what I can see. Let's see how she did. Now, weight is definitely your friend here. I could tell they weren't going in as deep as you'd want them to. But as the dirt goes in there, it'll push through and push out a core. So that's the core. You can see there's a lot of clay in there. But it's doing it. There's some cores there. See all the cores up there on the frame? Those little plugs. So at first when I was driving, I was thinking, it's not really doing as good as the one I rented for my lawn, but now that I look at it, it really is doing a great job. So here's the holes that it's making as it goes along, and then here's the cores that it's dropping on the ground. So it's taking that clay and dropping it on the top and making all these holes for air and water to go in. I mean, there's just core plugs everywhere out here. Let me see the clay. No, that's working really good. I'd say that's the right moisture to run this. If it was any wetter, that would stick. And if it was any drier, it'd be harder to push in. Yeah, I'd call that a success. I'm going to go back and forth across here and then go do the back of the house.
Can't even keep up with that thing. That is super cool. It's a wicked looking piece of equipment. Looks like something medieval, doesn't it? You can really see here. Nice.
But you can see they all lined up, even though that's like 3 passes wide going, parallel to the driveway, and it just kind of lined up all of the spikes. This soil's a little bit looser, a little bit sandier, so I'm not seeing the formed clay plugs as much. You can see right here all the holes that we have in the soil now, and that's down that far. I mean, you'd want it to be deeper if you could, but that's pretty hard down there. And there's the plug, like actually inside of that hole. All in all, a great machine, fairly inexpensive. Ironcraft sent it to us so we could demonstrate it and use it out here at Piney Grove, but it's not a machine that is out of reach of buying, and it's going to last for years. There's no, mechanical parts. It's not PTO driven. There's 2 bearings, and all of the plug things are removable by 1 bolt. I think I hit the top of the septic tank. I heard something that sounded pretty solid, so I might have hit that. But if I had bent one of these or broke it, just 1 bolt. And I don't know how much those replacement tips are, but it can't be but so expensive. Oh, look at this. I picked up some wire or something from the house build. Oh, it's a can. It's a crushed can that was in the fill dirt. It's stuck on there. Interesting. But that'll wrap it up for today's video, folks. I'm going to go through the rest of this backyard and aerate it. I am way late for dinner, as I've been reminded by my awesome wife, Deb. So I need to finish this up and get in there and eat dinner with her. But until next time, y'all take care out there. And remember, life's short, tractor hard. Check out these 2 videos I'm going to flash up on the screen. They're pretty cool too. Take care, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.